Right, well, welcome back to the channel. It's time to start the process of under-treating the Evo. So kind of sealing up the underneath of it. And the first step for that is to get the car out, get it up on these big ramps, and give the underside a very decent, substantial clean. You know, get all the crap off. Use some engine degreaser, which I think I've got up there somewhere. And then let it dry out overnight. It's meant to be dry this weekend. Once it's fully dried, I'm going to get back under there with the sealant, which I'll show you later on, and then just seal everything up. And that should be the car ready to well, drive-ish in the winter. So let's pull the car out and get on with it, shall we? Ooh. Right, well, that's the car up on the ramps, which means it should be easier for me to get under there and clean everything now. Well, hopefully. Can't really see in the video, but it's relatively clean under there, so it just needs to be tidied up and sealed. So my plan is to get up underneath there. Well, use a snow foam on it first to get it right up underneath there, and then an engine bay degreaser just to spray it over everything, get rid of all the grease and the crap. And then get up under there. I'm going to get dirty and muddy and messy, but get up under there with a brush and just brush everything down to make sure as much of the crap is off as possible. Then give it another rinse, pressure rinse, let it dry, and then seal it up. Let's go. I think that'll do alright. Just let all that soak in. Let all the crap, I can already see crap just dropping off. Let all that soak in and give it a proper wash. Pressure wash. Already absolutely soaking. Right, time to use some degreaser. That's as clean as I'm gonna get it, so next step is to just leave it to dry overnight. Hopefully it's all dry by tomorrow, but not counting on it. I'll probably leave it out here for a couple of hours so that the air can just whoosh through it and, you know, blow it dry a little bit. But once it's a bit more drier, I'm going to drop it down and get it back in the garage overnight. Probably, yeah, I will. And hopefully crack on with the sealing tomorrow. If not, then it'll have to be next weekend. So fingers crossed. But yeah,
pretty clean under there. A few bits of surface rust, but
luckily the sealant I'm using, which isn't down here, it's a rust inhibitor. So if you spray it on things like surface rust, it will just, you know, have some sort of chemical reaction and treat it almost, but it won't make it worse. So there's no serious rust, which is the main thing, so that's good. Right, day 2. The car is dry, so I'm going to pull it out in a moment and get it all set up back on the ramps with some plastic underneath. But at the moment, I've got the Lanoguard, which is the underseal I'll be using, or protectant. A lot of people and Lanoguard themselves recommended putting it in hot water beforehand, just to heat up the protectant, whatever it is inside there, just to loosen it up and make it spray and apply easier. So that's what I'm doing. It's cold outside, so what I'm also going to do is submerge this in a bucket of hot water as well, just to keep it warm as I'm spraying it on the car. So let me go pull the car out, get it all set up, and crack on. Right, the car is set up, all ready to go. Lanoguard should be nice and hot now. I'm ready to go. I'll show you what I've done. So I've taped up the exhaust so I can just spray it everywhere and not have to worry about it going over the exhaust. It can go on the exhaust, it will just smell horrible for a couple of miles when the car's running, because it will just heat up and burn off the protectant. But now it's just time to get under there and spray everything. Ugh. Well, that's the first layer on. Don't know how well you could see in the video. It's pretty dark under there. That looks alright. It went on really easily with this spray trigger once you warm up the Lanoguard, but yeah, happy with that. Gonna let it air dry. Might put a second coat on later on, but I can't get right down the front. I'm gonna have to put the front up on the ramps at some point and do that separately. But the back end is completely coated, so nice. It definitely is not 100% dry, but can't leave it out here forever. Yeah, man. Right, there we go. The car is back in the garage so that it can just dry out safely. Probably take maybe a couple of days because it's a bit cold, but at least it's done. So So I just wanted to kind of give a wrap up of how the Lanoguard application went. You can see I'm editing the video here of it all going on, but I decided to do a quick, how did it go? Overall, I'm impressed. So I think, in fact, the hardest part of doing the whole Lanoguard application was, so I'll just say hello to my little kitty cat. Yeah. The hardest part was cleaning the car underneath, you know, getting all the road grime off and the pre-existing just crap that's all built up on the underside of the car. I tried to keep it clean anyway, the underside, so every time I clean my car, I'll pressure wash and snow foam the underside of the car, but that only goes so far, which is why you see in the video I jacked it up and fully got underneath there and put degreaser on it after the snow foam, properly pressure washed up into all as many of the crevices that I could, and then what I forgot to video is, and I'm sorry about that, is I probably got up in there with like quite a hard bristle brush and was just scrubbing everything just to get that layer of grime and crap off. That was probably the hardest part of the application. Applying the Lanoguard itself, as I said earlier, the best thing to do is to warm it up. Keep it indoors. I kept it indoors near a radiator for the week, just because I think it arrived on a Monday and I wasn't planning on doing it until the following Saturday. So it was just next to a radiator inside all week, which kept it fairly warm. And then the morning I went to do it, as we saw earlier, I just filled up the sink with hot water and just submerged the Lanoguard in there just to warm up all that oil inside it. And then whilst you're applying it, especially if it's cold outside, which it is at this time of year, put the Lanoguard in a bucket of hot water as well, and that will just keep it warm when it's outside and when you're applying it. And the spray trigger, I've heard mixed reviews about it. I thought it was fine. I mean, after a while it starts to, you know, your fingers and your hand starts to ache, so I would recommend maybe getting, if your budget allows, get an electric spray head. But the one that came with it, once the Lanoguard was warmed up, it just went on so easily. It just sprayed everywhere. And with the extended tube that you see in the video, it was just easy to get it into all the areas that you need to get it into. So the application was super easy in the end. It's just a matter of making sure you can get it everywhere. Really do check and just spray it absolutely everywhere that you can, right up into the cracks and crevices. On the Evo, I had to kind of get right up underneath the rear wheel arch so that I could spray around the fuel filler neck, which is prone to rusting. And this is one application, and it dried, I think, in about 3 days, sat in the garage. It's a sheep byproduct, so it smells like a farm. It smells like sheep shit. Excuse the language. And I forgot about that at the time, so the first time I opened my garage after 3 days, it was like getting slapped in the face by a sheep, basically. It hums. But, you know, that's what you get with the product. It's dried. I took it out yesterday to feel underneath, and it's probably dried. It's not really tacky or anything, and you can see there is a layer, a clear layer with a slight yellow tint of the product on there, and yeah, it looks like it's doing the job so far. What I will do is come back in 6 months during the summer and then give like a 6-month update. I think this is meant to last 12 months. Of course, it depends on how often you use the car, and I guess how often you wash the underside of it. Are we going to see my cat? Oh, maybe. No. Yeah, so it depends on how often you clean it. Hey, there she is. But overall, I'm really pleased with it. And for the price, you can't really go wrong with it. So this is definitely a recommendation for them. If you've got a car that you need to, I'm just making sure she's not clicking any buttons. She has a habit of sitting on the keyboard. Yeah, if you've got a car that you want to underseal and you don't want to spend the close to £1,000 to get like a professional company to do everything, it will be a better job, but this is more than enough for what I want to do it. So where's she going? Just gonna knock over all my Star Wars figures. So yeah, definitely I'm happy with it. We'll see how it goes in 6 months time, but for now it's a thumbs up from me. Yeah, she's going to the keyboard. Thumbs up from me. Really happy with Lanoguard and the product. I'll put a link in the description below where you can get yourself the products. And that's it, really. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.